scenario happened, would I have any difficulty with that old divorce decree, so to speak, if that makes sense?
David, what do you think?
Just to be clear, are you saying that you remarried the same gentleman?
No,
No.
Oh, no.
They were married before. They're married now.
No.
Yeah. We got.
I would,
And according to the...
I would want to see
Go ahead, I'm sorry.
the actual paperwork and see what it says. Generally speaking, looking at the paperwork, if he's required to maintain that policy as the beneficiary, then that is what it is. The question is whether or not there's any condition or anything in there which would allow him at some point, possibly when the children are emancipated, from changing that policy. And then if has not complied with the final order, then there's certain remedies to get relief from the court. So I think the best thing to do is actually take the agreement and let an attorney actually look at the agreement and see specifically what the language says. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, it might be a little bit more complicated.
All right, well,
than we
thank
can
you very
answer.
much.
All right. Well, thanks a lot, Kristen. We appreciate you hanging on and getting that call into us. Going to take a quick little break. I know we got a call or two on hold right now. Hang on. We still got plenty of time. And if you haven't called yet, still got plenty of time to get you in as well. 848-8080 is the phone number. Family law, that's our topic here today on Legal Access. Welcome back to Legal Access. You guys have been awesome today. A lot of great questions. We appreciate that. Still got time to get you in if you'd like to call at 848-8080, area code 843, of course. We're talking about family law today, along with Heather Von Herman, also David Wells, Ian McGuire from the McGuire Law Firm. Let's go right back to the phones now. We've got Jan with us in Longs. Jan, go ahead and give us your question. What do you got?
Yes, sir. My husband and I divorced in 2012. He agreed to pay me alimony, and I still have the same bills I had when we divorced, as far as, 2 mortgages. I still drive my 2004 car. He approached me and wants me to voluntarily accept half of the alimony that he's paying me now because he's a little strapped. He has remarried, bought a new home, car, all that kind of thing.
You should have thought of that first, though.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure how to approach this because he also cashed in a life insurance policy that I was the beneficiary of.
Ooh.
And he cashed in, we're both government retirees, a TSP that was $74,000 and cashed that in.
Well,
so
Heather,
he's just not good with money.
So it sounds like, well, Jan, hang on. Heather, I'm sure that's actually kind of a common question as far as trying to adjust payments on alimonies and child supports and stuff like that. What should she do in this case?
It is, and I'll tell you that probably the type of alimony that you were awarded is called permanent periodic alimony. It's the most commonly awarded alimony in South Carolina, and what that means is that it is permanent, meaning that it is paid until either of the parties dies or one of the parties, the party receiving the alimony, remarries or cohabitates for a period of 90 days. So that alimony can be modified, Jan, but there has to be a substantial and material change in circumstance before he can modify that alimony. So his poor financial acumen, I guess, is not a substantial change in circumstance which would allow him to modify that alimony. So I don't know that if I were you, I would agree to that. You are in the same position that you were in before. He may be in a worse position, but it sounds as if it were that his own doing.
Yeah.
And so under those circumstances, I don't know that a judge would modify that alimony for him.
All right. I appreciate the call, Jan, but real quick, and I've got to just ask this real quick as a follow-up in 15 seconds. If she wanted to be magnanimous, she could, I guess. She can go to the judge and say, yeah, just let him pay half.
Certainly, she could. People can agree to change the terms of their final order or their agreements that they have that have been made into final orders, and that would be quite magnanimous of her if she were going to do that.
But once you make that change, you're not going to be able to change it back.
That's
so
right. Once
be careful.
she makes that change, it is permanent until there is some other change.
It kind of sounds like you're feeling sorry for him, but you got to look out for yourself as well, because like you said, you've got mortgages and the car payments too. So, all right, thanks for calling, Jan. Real quick, let's go to Suzanne. Suzanne's in Myrtle Beach. We're going to get you in under the wire here. Suzanne, what's your question?
My daughter was divorced about 11 years ago, and my granddaughter is being threatened right now with her father, who was in the Army, not allowing her to go to college, which is part of her benefit from the Army. He doesn't want to pay child support anymore, and also is saying that he won't fill out her college application, that the Army will pay all of her college expenses. And we don't know what to do about it. My daughter has called the Army, and they said since he is retired from the Army, they can't help.
David, do you have any suggestions?
How old is she?
She's 14, so next year she'll fill out the college applications.
I would suggest that she meet with an attorney, that the mother meet with an attorney and take the divorce decree that she had previously. I think an attorney needs to be able to look at it and see what issues were addressed during the marriage. Sometimes it's contemplated depending on how old the child is as to college. That would be my advice to you based on the information that you provided to me.
Since it's part of the benefit of the Army, does the child herself need an attorney?
I would have her mother schedule an appointment and meet with an attorney, not the child.
For the benefit of the child.
Yeah, for the benefit of the child.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and we've had a few calls today where, without seeing documents and paper, it's sort of hard to decipher or give advice, but that's the whole point. If you bring the document to and get some legal counsel, you'll be able to figure out the best way to proceed. And sometimes it's hard when we say that over and over, but it really does make a difference, the fine print in these documents. It really does.
Appreciate all the phone calls today. A lot of great questions. And like Ian said, if you've got any further questions, you can email us. We've got a email address here. We'll try to answer them a little bit better in an email back question and answers to you. The address here is legalaccess@WMBFnews.com. As a matter of fact, our topic next week is going to be personal injury. Personal injury is going to be our topic next week. And if you have any advanced questions for that, for personal injuries, or if you wanted to talk more about family law, use that address on your screen. Get the questions in. We'll get them answered for you. I want to thank our panel here today. Heather Von Herman, thanks for being here today, Heather.
Thank you.
Also David Wells, thanks for coming back. And Ian McGuire from the McGuire Law Firm. I'm Dave Priest. Next Thursday, we'll see you again for the next edition of Legal Access.
Furnishings for Legal Access provided by 501 Furniture. For further information, please contact the McGuire Law Firm at 843-361-7549.